Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Code with Sunny, and in this video I am going to talk about one of the hard problems of LeetCode, and the problem name is about super palindromes and the index number is 906. Okay, so as the name suggests, this problem should be related to some palindromic type. Okay, so let's try to first read out the problem and we will together build up the idea to solve this problem and find out the best solution for this problem. Okay, so we have been given a positive integer and it is called a super palindrome if and only if the number is itself a palindrome and it is also the square of a palindrome. Okay, the two conditions that I'm going to repeat it once again. That is, then let's say a number x is called a super palindrome only and only when x is itself a palindrome and x is a perfect square of some integer and that some integer must also be a palindrome. Okay, so this is the basic criteria of super palindrome. And we have been given two integers left and right, that is the left bound and the right bound, represented as the strings, and return the number of super palindromes integers in the inclusive range left to right. Okay, so we have to basically count the total number of super palindromes in this given range. Okay, there are some examples. I am also going to discuss this with the help of examples, so no need to worry about. So let's talk about now constraints. Okay, you can easily see the left bound and the right bound can vary up to, that is the length of that string can vary up to 18. So it means that we can have like a 10 power 18 value, actual numerical value. That is, you can see left and right represent integers in the range 1 to 10 power 18, and this is going to be like very much important constraints, so that we are if we are not going to be aware of these type of constraints and how we are going to handle that, then we will get an TLE verdict in this case. As you can easily see, I have already solved this problem. Like I have two time limit exceeded verdict, then I have got some accepted verdict by just modifying something. Okay, so I'm just also explaining what is the point of mistake also that many coders is going to do in this question. Okay, so let us try to understand this problem and find it out what could be the best solution of this problem in the best possible way. Let's move further. Okay, so let us try to talk about with the help of constraints and example. Like suppose if we have been given L and R can vary up to at most 10 power 18, it is obvious that brute force approach will not work. Okay, if brute force approach will not work, we should have to handle this case with the help of some trick. Okay, how and what is that trick? You can easily see R is going to vary up to 10 power 18, and if the condition, if you should focus on the condition of super palindrome, it is like let x is called a super palindrome only and only when if x is p1. Note that I am here denoting p1 as palindrome and there exists some n which is also palindrome p1, and there is a relation between x and n which is like x equals n into n. Okay, that is x should be a perfect square. This is the condition of super palindrome. Okay, now you can easily see maximum x, can it go up to like upper bound of this range, that is 10 power 18, and maximum n, that is it goes under this given range, would be like 10 power 9, and this is going to help us. Okay, now one thing that you should focus upon, that there are two ways to solve this problem. Like I'm not saying like two ways, like consider thinking like iterating and checking the palindrome condition. Okay, and think in a reverse manner, like building the palindrome thing, like building some palindrome string. I'm just doing the same over here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is like this I will try to build this n, and how I'm going to try to build this n under the given time constraints. Also, you can easily see I cannot iterate over this 10 power 9 integer starting from 1. I can do at most iterations of 10 power 4 or 10 power 5 to pass all the test cases. Okay, so I'm just trying to build this n. You can easily see maximum n is going up to 10 power 9, and n should also be a palindrome. N should also be a palindrome. Let us try to build n. Okay, how I am going to build this n? I can build this n under the constraints, or you can say under the time limit, or under the iterations of 10 power 4. How I am going to build that? Okay, let us try to focus upon that. Let us say S1 is a palindrome consisting of that is S1 is a palindrome of even length, that is S plus reverse of S, where S is an any random string. And let us say S2 is also a palindrome which is like s plus some character plus reverse of this s, which is of odd length palindrome. Okay, now you can easily see if n belongs to either of s1 and s2, I can easily build this and with the help of this logic. But under the iterations of 10 power 4, that is at most 10 power 4 iterations. Okay, if we iterate up to 10 power 4, 10 power 4 integers like up to 9, 9 and 4 times 9. I just required that. Okay, if I will iterate up to 4 times 9 and s is called this string, then s1 and s2 can vary up to like s1 would become this 4 times 9 plus reverse of this 9, which is again this one. And you can easily see this has the length, or you can say this has the length of characters equal to 8, and which is under 10 power 9. And if we try to build S2, the only thing that would differ is one more 9 would come over here, and it can go up to like that is the maximum length is like 10, 9 characters. Okay, and this is also under this constraints. Okay, so it gives me the idea that rather than to check for palindrome condition, why not to build this palindrome? A palindrome is actually a string consisting of one of the half part of the string exactly coinciding with the other half part of the string. Okay, so this gives me the idea that rather than iterating for entire 10 power 9 strings, try to iterate for only this 10 power 4 integers, and if we will have some integers, I will try to reverse this integer to build a string consisting of twice of length of this half part, twice of length, and this half part has maximum length of, you can see, 4, and this entire string would go maximum length of 9, which is under this constraints. And if n is palindrome, I can easily square this n to find x and check if x is going to be a palindrome. Then I will say that x is a super palindrome, and that x should be included in our answer only and only when x should be like less than equal to r and x should be like greater than or equal to l. So this is going to be like entire key point of this problem. Rather than starting from x, try to start from this n and find a string n which is a palindrome, and square this n to find x and check x is a palindrome or not. We can easily do that under the given time limit constraints up to 10 power 18 maximum r. I can just iterate over 10 power 4 times 10 power 4 integers starting from 1 and reverse these integers for every I and find this n which is like at up to the value 10 power 9. You can easily see this is going to be like constraint, and square this n, check x is a palindrome, then x is a super palindrome, and check if x is given, x is lying in our constraint, then I will increment my answer. Okay, so let us try to implement this entire scenario in the coding part also. Okay, so you can easily see all the test cases are passed. So this condition is this function is going to just check it out if my string is a palindrome or not. Okay, and I have actually defined LL as long because I am just frequently using that. Okay, so my answer is initially initialized with 0, and left bound is I'm just storing in the form of integers L and R. You can easily see I have used stall function. If you are not aware of this one, it is basically converting strings into integer of a particular data type. That is, I've used long, I've used stall. If I'm using integer, I will use stoi. Okay, and rmax can go up to 10 power 18. I will store all the palindromes less than equal to 10 power 9. How I'm going to do that? I will just iterate up to like 1 to 10 to the power 4, and I will just reverse the strings. Okay, now you can easily see I will have a stored vector that is going to store, and first I have stored strings of palindromes of length 1. Okay, that is you can also say prerequisite or previously storing strings of length 1, and just have iterated for all the, you can easily see, for all the integers in the range 1 to 10 power 4, and I have found this s1 and s2 which I have also found, which is going to store the reverse of my original integer, and my even length palindrome would be like integer value of this s1 appended with s2. Okay, and what is my odd length palindrome? Odd length palindrome would be like s1 plus some other integer plus reverse of s2, which is like I've used a temporary string s1 plus some integer, and that integer can be starting with 0 and ending up to 9 both inclusive. and I've just appended the reverse of this original integer which is stored in S2, and I've just pushed back the value, that is integer value of this newly formed string, into my store vector. Okay, so this store vector is basically going to store all the palindromes up to the value 10 power 9, and n can be among these, that is my n can be among these any of the integers from the store vector, but I need to work upon this super palindrome. So I'm just squaring this n and checking it out if that x is going to lie in my given range or not. Okay, so just iterate in the store vector, and if some value is going to be like greater than 1 e power 9, I'm not just including that, and the reason behind is this: if some value is going to be like greater than 10 power 9, then square of this value will exceed 10 power 18. Okay, so that's just I'm not considering that value. Okay, so if it is greater than 10 power 9, just continue. Otherwise, find the square and check that number is going to be super palindrome or not, and under the given range, then I'm going to increment my answer. If num is going to be like less than r, and which is r is like this one, stall of right, that is the integer value, and num is going to be greater than l, and that num is a palindrome, then I'm going to increment my answer. Otherwise, this is going to be skipped. So finally data on the answer. This will give you all the test cases passed. So if you have any doubts, do let me know in the comment section of the video, and I will ask the viewers to like this video, share this video, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel for latest updates. Thank you for watching this video.